While sculpting this troll, I needed a leather texture on the clothing. I wanted to make my own texturing tools so that I can modify them depending on what scale and style I needed. Here's how I did it. First, we need to find the texture that we want to use. There's a lot of free options online. Look for alpha brushes or sculpting alphas. When you download them, they should come as grayscale PNG or TIFF files. These are what mine look like. I'm using Nomad Sculpt on my iPad, but this works just as well in any sculpting software. Our goal is to stamp the texture that we just downloaded onto a surface so that we can 3D print it. If you're following along in Nomad, I'm going to show you exactly how we do that. We're going to start by hitting the clay tool, and in the top right toolbar here, we're going to hit this little brush icon. Come down to stroke and change dot to lock and intensity. Changing the stroke type turns the clay tool from a brush into a stamp. Next, at the top of this menu, we're going to click Alpha, and we're going to import our texture by pressing this big white square, pressing Import, and finding our file. I've already went ahead and imported some alpha textures, so they're at the bottom right here. So I'm going to go ahead and select one of those, and back out of this sub-menu. This little preview is what our stamp is going to look like, and if it's too small, you're going to want to use the scale tool to enlarge it to fill the entire diameter of the circle. Nomad Sculpt always tends to put on the symmetry tool, so I realized that and turned that off at the top left here. Now I'm going to go and remesh my sphere here to give it a lot more triangles to give the detail of the stamp a lot higher of a resolution for when it's printing. I'm no expert, but I just turned it up to about 1,000. That seemed to work for me. So now, as you can see, when I drag my Apple Pencil, it applies that texture in a spherical pattern on my sphere. But you're going to want to make sure that you are on one side of the sphere. So in the top right here, I tap on the right side to make sure that I am facing straight on one of the cardinal directions of my sphere. You'll see why we do this in a second, but I get my stamp looking just how I want. I try to pull out as much of the definition as the tool will allow me to, as big as I can. It takes a little bit of messing around to find out what works, but this looks like it's about what's going to make me happy here. So now we're going to tap on the front of the sphere so that we are on a profile view of what we just did. And I'm going to hit the trim tool on the right, and I'm using the line variation of the trim. I changed my snap tool to 90 degrees so I can get a perfectly vertical line and just cut off this excess sphere in the back so I can make a flat surface to work off of. But you can see I can't see the back, and we're just gonna use the close holes function in the top left here. This is found in the miscellaneous tab of the remeshing menu, and it's just close holes, and it automatically closes that hole on the back and just makes it a flat surface. This is basically it on the design side. I'm going to print a bunch of these out and show you physically what they look like after they come off the printer. I'm not going to show you resin slicer tips or any kind of slicer tips for 3D printing. I'm no expert there, but I print a bunch of different ones at a bunch of different scales and a bunch of different sizes, and whatever works and whatever succeeds is what I use. I'm using years expired resin in a really old printer, and you can see the results that I get with that. And honestly, I don't do anything special with the post-processing on these. I get them scraped from the plate, remove the supports, get them cleaned with alcohol, pop them in the UV cure machine for a few minutes, and then I jump right in to test them out. With this flat piece of monster clay, I first tried out some of the more defined textured stamps that I had printed. And honestly, in the beginning, with some of these bigger textures, I first thought that it looked kind of like scales, and you can see I don't really even test them for that long. So then, to avoid it looking like scales, I choose this one stamp with a less defined and more finite pattern of, I guess, wavy texture, you would say, and start stamping it more over than just pressing it in once or twice. As I kept stamping it in more and more, and I kind of cut it out and just made it look like one piece of leather, I was getting more happy with the result of it looking like a worn, old piece of cracked leather. I still felt like that bigger texture could still be used and make it work, so I came back in with that on the back side of it, and as you can see by the result, I was pretty happy with how this turned out. And just so you can get an idea, this was that bigger textured stamp that I was using. And here's that more refined, smaller texture I was using for the first one. And now I'm just going to make some simple handles for these. I'm going to start with some bamboo skewers. And I'm going to use some gaffer tape to add some grip to the handles, but honestly, use whatever tape you have, or just no tape. So all I'm doing is lining up the non-pointy end of the bamboo skewer to the tape to see about how wide the tape is, and I'm just cutting it with wire cutter pliers here. And I just use that last cut to cut another one the exact same size, just line it up, eyeball it. I mean, these don't have to be perfect. We're just making rough handles here to make it easier to hold these prints. So I'm using this SuperWeld JB Weld UV curing super glue. I got this at Home Depot. It was relatively cheap, and I use this stuff all the time at my studio for stuff that I just need to cure instantly, and it holds pretty well. So now I'm kind of holding it between my pointer finger and my middle finger and my thumb just to kind of hold it on there while I use the UV light that's included with the glue to just instant cure this bamboo skewer to the back. I mean, there's no right way to do this. I'd like my handle to be straight as possible so I can have an even stamp across, so I kind of break it off a little bit and readjust it, add some more glue back on there, and re-cure it. That's the nice part about this glue. It cures so fast that I honestly don't have to wait. And finally, I'm coming back on with that gaffer tape that I mentioned earlier, and we're just gonna wrap this handle right up. I just do this because I like to have a little bit more grip on my handle and make it a little bit thicker than just a little bamboo skewer there. Makes it easier to use the tool for me. That's about it, and you don't have to stick to just leather texture. Bark, bricks, stone, scales, fabric, whatever you need, there's probably an alpha for it. And if you have any questions about anything I did, leave them in the comments. I try to get back to all of them pretty frequently. YouTube tutorials have done a lot for me as an artist, so I'm happy to share what I know. And there's no such thing as a stupid question.